Hey, Dream Drivers, welcome to episode 248 of the Dreams and Drive podcast. This episode is a short one, but it's a special episode. If you enjoy it, I will ask that you please share it with a friend, share it with your audience, share it with people that you think need this message. I really hope that this message gets out and is of comfort to someone else who may need to hear it. As always, make sure that you are subscribed. Wherever you're listening, hit that subscribe button so that you get notifications every time we have a new episode. And make sure you're following us on social as well. If you like this episode, you can share it across Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We are Dreams and Drive across the board, and you can use that hashtag Dreams and Drive. And if you guys want to support the show, you can always shop our Dreams and Drive merchandise store at dreamsanddrive.com/shop. And if you want to join our weekly newsletter, The Keys, just go to dreamsanddrive.com/join. All right, guys. So this past Friday on October 28th, the world was stunned by the passing of the beloved actor Chadwick Boseman. We found out that he had been battling a 4-year-long bout with colon cancer. He finally succumbed to the disease in his home with his wife, family, and loved ones. This really hit the world hard, not only because of just how much of an impact Chadwick had on the culture, but also just because of how much he'd symbolized, especially for Black people worldwide through Black Panther, Wakanda, King T'Challa. We all saw him as this symbol of hope, especially in media, in art, and entertainment, and within our own lives, of just how powerful we are as people. And I have a special tie to Chadwick. Back in episode 138, I spoke of my time meeting him on the Jimmy Fallon show. So back in 2018, there was a special segment of the show where they got fans of Black Panther to talk about what the movie meant to them and to talk about what Chadwick meant to them. And I remember submitting a little tape for that and getting called back to come in and tape the segment. A whole surprise. We didn't know that Chadwick was going to be there, and it was just a beautiful clip. And following his death, this clip has now resurfaced and been recirculated with many different sources and many different media outlets reposting it and sharing it to their social media pages. So if you have not watched it, just type in Chadwick Boseman surprises fans, Jimmy Fallon, and you can definitely watch the whole thing. And it was so surreal to rewatch this and see just how much of an impact Chadwick had on people after Black Panther, including myself. So here's the audio from my part of the clip.
As a creator, as an entrepreneur of color, just seeing this movie made me realize that our stories need to be told. There's so many of us out here who are trying to create great things, and I was just so inspired as someone who wants to make movies one day and wants to inspire people that art can really change the world.
What type of movies do you want to do? What type of movies?
I didn't say anything.
Just thinking about it, I'm forever humbled to have had this memory. And I'll share with you guys what I wrote, or part of what I wrote on my personal Instagram page, Rain Shine Love, about this moment, because I reposted it as well following his death. Chadwick's spirit was so kind and genuine. I will forever remember that our stories need to be told and that art can truly change the world. Knowing that he had been fighting a cancer battle for 4 years and still showed up for himself and others and still continued to make art that we needed is inspiring. You never know the battle someone may be facing within. Sometimes it's not what we do, but what we can inspire in others despite our own circumstances. As I think about where I am in my life and my unique position of bringing a new life into this world in the next few weeks, I'm encouraged to always remember that it's bigger than just me. Struggle doesn't have to define you. Words speak life. Passion gives life. Our inner will to fight can save life or lives. So I share that because the thing that struck me the most about Chadwick's death, beyond all the countless love and outpouring of support from his family, friends, loved ones, fans, was really the fact that he had been diagnosed with cancer 4 years ago, right? Colon cancer. It can be very aggressive. Stage 3, he was diagnosed with, and it can be very intense, but yet within those 4 years, he was a part of projects that changed the culture, right? From Marshall to the Five Bloods to August Wilson's, Ma Rainey's, Black Bottom, and several more, including all the Marvel movies and the iconic Black Panther. This man was sick and he showed up and he produced and he made history, and we don't know how much pain or how much energy that took for him to do. But he still showed up for himself and he still put his dream into drive. And if you look back at any of his earlier work, you knew just how much of a passion he has for the art. He's not even just an actor who just knows how to act. He has a deep passion, and that's something that I learned more about just from reading all his friends talk about his work ethic and just how committed he was to the art of acting. I read Ryan Coogler's tribute to him, and it was just so beautiful to hear him reflect on the man and the artist that he was. Chadwick was literally dream driving while fighting a silent battle to many of us, right? All we saw was him in his glory, but he came home to so many obstacles and still decided to go back out there and work and leave something behind. And the thing that strikes me also is that we may never know if he knew of his impending death, like if he knew within those last days that this is the end, right? Or even if he knew back 4 years ago that this was going to be terminal and they said, hey, you have so-and-so many days or many months, many years. Who knows all the people that he proved wrong to get to this point? I want to encourage anyone listening right now. So many of us are facing battles that no one knows about, whether they be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, religious, fill in the blank, whatever. And there may be times where you feel like you aren't doing enough, that you won't make it. And I just want to urge you to keep the faith, that your story matters despite the outcomes, that there are people in your corner hoping you will succeed, and I hope that gives you the fuel to keep going. For example, for myself, these past 9 months of being pregnant, it has not been easy, to say the least. There's so many things that I haven't shared, so many things that I haven't talked about. Even now, being 3 weeks away from my delivery due date, I am scared as heck, and I often think about being a Black woman, maternal health crisis for Black women, giving birth in a hospital. There's so many things that I'm fearing going into birth. And I just hope that I come out alive and to see my son. And I just think about these silent battles that people are facing that we do not know of. And I also just want to say that some of these battles of ours may never be revealed to others, right? And I don't think we have to go around now and say, hey, I'm going through this, hey, I'm going through that. I don't think that's not the point that I want to share with you guys. I just want to say that we need to be aware that people are going through things, and there are things you may never know about somebody. And all you may see is what they show you, and all you may see is what they have done. But you don't know the pain. You don't know all the stuff that has gone through it. So please extend grace to one another. Please continue to be kind, and please continue to be supportive, because you don't know how much or how far that support can go. And like in Chadwick's case, or someone you may know who's in a similar situation, from those battles that we are facing, from those battles can come great things, right? Through the darkest moments in our lives can come a bright light, our proudest glories. So seek help if you need to. Seek comfort, seek support, but do not give up, guys. Please, I'm telling you, please do not give up. I'll share with you another tidbit that I wrote this time on the Dreams and Drive Instagram page that really struck me just after reflecting upon this moment of meeting Chad and him asking me what kind of movies do you want to do. And here, I'll read what I wrote. Chadwick pushed on. He created art that changed the world and inspired many to continue to put their dreams into motion. His legacy through his work and all those he touched will live on. You know, not shown in this clip, the clip earlier from the show, is where I eventually told him what kind of movies I wanted to make. And he encouraged me to make it happen. He was like, do it. And with that Chadwick smile. And I responded with you're going to see me again. I remember saying that to him and Jimmy, and they both laughed and smiled. And Jimmy was like, you're going to be on the show. Don't tell anybody. And I was just so happy leaving there. I won't see Chadwick again, but I'll always remember those words from him. We can't escape battles and trials in life, but it's what we do when we face them that truly matters. So if you right now are facing something, if you feel like you are in a dark dungeon, if you feel like you want to give up, just remember that there can be a light in a dark corner. It all depends on your perspective. It all depends on how you want to view your battle, right? Will you let it make you, or will you let it break you? This definitely has struck a lot of people in a lot of ways. I think it reminds us of our own immortality and just how important it is to don't take life for granted. Don't take your dreams for granted. Life is short. Nothing is guaranteed in life. So make the best of each day. Try your hardest, create something new, go after whatever it is that you really want to do, because you never know, guys, you never know. So I just want to end it here. Really think about, what is it that you're putting off because you say, I got time. Thinking back about that whole clip with Chadwick and me meeting him, I remember telling him I want to make this movie, and it's something that I really haven't worked on for these past 2 years. And I'm not saying that I'm going to do it like right now, but it just really made me think about, there's so many things within us that we want to do right now. And there are some people who don't have time. And maybe Chadwick knew, I don't have time to sit around and think about what I want to do one day. I got to go out there and do it right now, because think about all that he did do in those 4 years. So I hope this kind of lights a fire within all of us, is to just to take our dreams seriously and know that with the time that we have, we can make something happen. We can truly make something happen. I encourage you to make it happen. I encourage you right now to just write down one thing right now, one thing that you want to accomplish within the next month, within the next 2 months, by the end of the year. Just think about something that you've been putting on pause. For what? A lot of us are putting our dreams on pause. For what? For why? For who? Just thinking about now with my son on the way, there's so much that I want him to be able to look back and be like, my mom did this, or my mom really was out here doing something despite everything that was going on in her life, despite all the challenges that she was facing. There was also not a battle, but there was a mountain she was climbing. As always, if you enjoyed this episode, please share it with your community. This was just meant to be a short episode, just me reflecting upon the weekend and all the different thoughts that I've had. I encourage you guys to go back and listen to that episode 138, where I talk about that day, my beautiful Black Panther weekend. And also, I just want to say to you all, remember to reach out to your loved ones. Life is short, right? You never know just what a hello to an old friend, or just sending someone an encouraging note. You never know what that can do to someone's spirit. Keep dreaming, keep driving, and we will chat again. Episode 249. Bye, guys.